We begin with breaking news.
I'm angry. I'm angry that we don't have enough officers on the street, that it's, that it has to come to this.
That was one parent this morning after a student was killed near an APS school. Crowds of parents frantically heading to West Mesa High School after the district sent them notifications to pick up their kids as soon as possible. We have been following this story all day.
Tonight, our team is bringing you full coverage from start to finish. And just into the newsroom, we're now learning the name of the student killed. APD telling us he is 16-year-old Andrew Burson. He was shot around 8:20 and died on the scene. We're going to begin our team coverage now with Brianna Albizu.
And Brianna, you've been there since the start. Walk us through what happened.
Well, Doug, Shelley, this all started just before 9 this morning. 6 hours later, police have left the scene, and the school behind me sits empty. APD officials say Andrew Burson exited the school this morning, went to an area east of the football field, and got into an altercation with another person. Police don't know if the suspect was also a student here. Then shots rang out, and Burson was shot and killed. At this time, officials say they believe one firearm was involved, but they do not have possession of it. Mayor Tim Keller says when it comes to juveniles and guns, it's an issue that needs to be worked on.
And the connection between juveniles with weapons is extremely dangerous. It's also something that we have to work on in our criminal justice system. Right now, we just do not have adequate tools to deal with a juvenile that we know has a firearm, and how to keep them off the street or how to get them safe and keep everyone else safe from them.
APS officials just confirmed with us that the 16-year-old was a junior here. Meanwhile, police are still actively investigating. Now, the shooting undoubtedly scaring many parents, especially when it came to the safety of their own children. I want to bring in my colleague Stephanie Muniz now. Now, she is not too far away from me here along Fortuna Road. Stephanie, you've been speaking with parents all day long. What are some of the emotions that they're going through right now?
Hey, Brianna. Well, the main thing parents were thinking about today was their safety. And right now it looks a lot different than it did earlier. This park is right next to West Mesa High School. There was hundreds of parents waiting to pick up their kids here. Now, it took them several hours to get reunited after the long line of cars. There was a long line to check in with school officials. Once parents checked in, they were given a colored paper and told to wait in groups. Many families with multiple kids had to wait even longer. One family cried and hugged as they were reunited, and like so many others, she found out about the situation when her niece texted her.
We didn't hear or get notification immediately for what happened today, and I think that should have at least been sent out a little sooner than what we got.
Other parents we talked to also told us about their frustrations with the violence in Albuquerque being so close to these schools. Now, most of the parents that we talked to said they were just grateful that the situation wasn't worse. But we do want to send it back to the studio where Nancy Laughlin has more on what district leaders are having to say about the situation as it unfolded. Nance?
Y'all, Albuquerque Public School District leaders say this violence that is happening at or near schools is hitting way too close to home. Now, they say this is the third time in recent months a shooting has happened on a school campus or nearby. 2 of those shootings ended with students dying. Today, district leaders said at West Mesa, this was not an active shooter situation where a student went on campus and targeted multiple people. Instead, they say this was an altercation right off campus between 2 teenagers that turned deadly. They are urging students, if you see or hear about anything that could lead to something like this, speak up.
The one thing that I don't think is stated often enough and understood, because you don't want to scare people, but the truth is that the see something, say something works. There are many instances in which someone has been courageous enough to come forward and go to a teacher or go to police and share with them information that they had either third hand or first hand.
APS leaders are really encouraging students to talk to an adult they trust and talk about their fears and concerns. On Monday, there will be counselors at West Mesa High for students struggling with what happened here today. Now let's go to Kaylin Norwood with those initial calls police got this morning. Kaylin.
Yeah, Nancy, investigators have yet to make an arrest in this shooting. But today I listened to police radio traffic and found out officers had a lot of leads to go off of.
I think he's in what appears to be similar to a police unit, a silver SUV, possibly an Explorer, unknown 26, and unknown DOT from West Mesa. 1048 is located. He was armed with a black 9mm handgun.
That was the first description police were given of the man who they believe shot and killed a West Mesa high school student just across the street from the school's football field. Several shots had been fired, and right away they were told what happened to the victim.
It was 5 rounds, and it's 64th and Fortuna just north, but it looks like he possibly went 10-7.
Police got more information, including a possible name, and went looking for a silver SUV. They stopped any vehicle matching the description.
We just have a SMJ 15 to 16, 5'4", 130, red jacket, khaki pants.
I have a possible vehicle matching the description at Yucca and Atrisco, getting ready to go northbound Atrisco.
But that turned up nothing, and police were then told he might not be far.
We got some feeling that he might live in the neighborhood to the east of First, near the school.
But police searched there and were unable to find a suspect. Now, police are still looking for the suspect tonight. If you have any information, call 242-COPS. Shelley Doug, back to you.
The PED secretary releasing this statement about the shooting.
He says he got the call from Superintendent Scott Elder this morning, and they worked with the DOH to be on call to provide mental health resources to students and families at the school. He says they will offer these services as long as needed. Every school in the state has a safety plan, and they're going to review those to make sure they're implementing all preventative measures. A local pastor posted on the school's Facebook page saying there will be a call to prayer at the school's athletic fields tomorrow from 10 to 11, and he says everyone is welcome.